What is happening, crew? You are back with the B-Man and El Capitan, aka Brent Staple and Alan Staple. We are the crew, so are you. Thank you for being back with us. Uh, Tonight's video, or today, or whenever you're watching this video, we are going to talk about how we can all create an economic boom with crypto. Um, Dad, I'm excited on your angles. Take it away.
Hey everybody, good to have you guys back with us. Tonight, I want to talk about, or this morning, whenever you're watching this thing, I want to talk about in the media and with a lot of us content providers, the math and everything is basically leaning towards recession. And everybody keeps looking at the numbers and China's in big trouble and everybody's in big trouble economically, which is true. There is a great horizon out there, and the horizon is not as far away as we might think. And that horizon can be many different things, but the big thing that comes to mind is how do we stop a recession once it gets started? Many of us already know that we're pretty much already in one, but they changed the definition, so we're not going to go down that road. Let's say depression, okay? Let's say it started heading towards depression, which would be 3/4, right? Okay, so if we end up looking really bad, they have so many outs right now. So that's why I don't believe it's going to be a total economic crash. And now here's a few of the outs. Number one, we have the Federal Reserve has cranked the rates up through the roof. Okay, so they can drop those things essentially 5 points. That's a lot. That's going to stimulate a lot of buying. The other issue that opportunity that we have is that we don't have anybody buying anything right now. The whole world has been like, I'm not buying a new car. I'm not getting a house. I like my old interest rates. Interest rates are so high that I'm going to just go ahead and stay tight where I'm at. Okay. China's not getting new orders. Nobody's getting new orders. People are losing their jobs. This is a sad but true reality of what has happened with these interest rates. Now, why does that not bother me? I know I haven't lost my job, so I'm kind of fortunate. I don't mean bother me. I don't want to see anybody lose their job. But what I know they can do immediately is lower interest rates, as I just spoke of. The other thing is the technology that's at the doorstep has already been funded 2 and 3 and 4 years ago. Okay. A lot of these loans that were taken out, they get taken out in 5 to 10 year increments. Okay. And that's when they borrowed all this money to create this new tech. This new tech, being AI and many other things, is coming out, and it's being released slowly, time after time, as we know. But the big one that we're all here to talk about tonight, obviously, is crypto. Crypto is becoming legal around the world. Those of you who didn't hear, Russia just came out with a digital ruble on a blockchain. This is not a digital through bank account system. They are going crypto. They haven't really released exactly what it is or whose platform it's going to run on. I think it's going to be a while before they actually do anything other than beta test it, but they said we're doing it. We're just coming out. This tells me that a week, 7 days before the BRICS meeting down in South Africa, where all these nations, I don't know if you guys heard, there's 42 other nations that would like to attend that did not get invites. Okay. Of the, I believe, 30 some odd that were already there. This tells me the winner's already in. We already know the horse that's going to win the race. What is that horse? That horse is what you and I invested in. That's crypto. Russia just told you that. Banks have been telling us that. Financial institutions have been telling us that. So how do you stop a depression? Well, all you have to do is figure out, hey, Congress, Senate, put a chokehold on Mr. Burns, okay, or Mr. Kinsler, and just say, hey, buddy, no, hey, this is too tough. These times are too tough. We need effective monetary movement globally, and we're going to run with it until it breaks. Okay, why not? This technology is already out there. These people have beat you to the punch. You're a decade behind. We already know it works. It's working all over the world now. We're going to go ahead and adopt it, and we think it's going to work great. The best thing about for you and I is, what does that do for the system? Everything is based upon liquidity. I have news for everybody. The liquidity never dried up. The Fed decided to rewrite the way they issue bond. Okay, this is what they did in 2021, and you can look it up. They decided, oh, well, we're going to go QE or QT, tightening or easing, right? Well, when they said they're going to go QT, what they really did is said, we're going to hold on to, okay, or sell off assets. This is what's determined, actually, their definition, not mine, their definition now of QE or QT is, are we keeping our debt at the Federal Reserve or getting rid of our debt at the Federal Reserve? They have changed the definition of QE. Look it up, guys. It's really big. Okay. So that allows them to hang on to, or short-term interest rates, the yield curve, if you will, that's way off right now. It enables them to manipulate it in short-term markets. This is brilliant for them. They don't even have to tell anybody they're doing QE, and then they can QE their way all to the way to the moon and back. This is why we're not seeing a recession now. This is why the stock market is up. I don't know, S&P's up 20% for the year. NASDAQ's up over 35% for the year, when everybody and their brother thinks there's a crash coming, and it hasn't happened. They've changed the rules again. Why does crypto, sorry to steal this whole platform here, Brett.
You're doing great, Dad. We love hearing from you on this channel, Dad. So
yeah, thanks.
There'll be no sorries, Father.
Yeah, okay. Why does crypto fit perfectly into this picture? Well, you can flood the market with all these digits, okay, but what are you going to do with them? Is everybody going to run out and buy a house tomorrow? No, because everybody's kind of employed. What are they going to be able to buy? What are you and I, the little man on the street, be able to afford? Crypto. You can buy excellent programs, as you and I know, Hashgraph, and I don't know, XDC, and all these other are 5 cents. Everybody can afford a nickel.
Let me do a quick one on that, Dad. So why we got into this as blockchain crypto influencers here on YouTube and now on Patreon, but also as investors, and like what Dad's talking about, we saw the fundamentals of the technology itself and its values, and saw that value in the future. Now, right. we came at it at a time, I'd say for our channel a couple years ago, and then us getting into crypto, a year or two before that, really, these politicians and these big cats weren't talking anything about crypto. There was no chatter. You were a ghost. The media still will throw you under the bus, and call us a bunch of geeks. But what is so fascinating now, Dad, is we're coming into election times here in our country, and as I've started to read in other countries, now you've got politicians who are supporting this, and they're supporting it in a way that's not just like, well, we've got this technological boom in our back pocket, but they're actually supporting it in the way that we are all supporting it, which is people should have the right to have control of their own money.
Yes.
That's what we're doing here, folks. And that's why it's exciting for us. And so, if you're about to run into this recession or this, nightmare scenario crash, and
Yeah,
you've got a technological boom that could change humanity's idea of money and data storage, and
that's right.
hopefully the institutions adopt blockchain in a way where it makes it sound for all of us and honest, which remains to be seen.
Well, yeah,
But the companies that are building it and doing it are seem to me to be committing to that. And now that the tables are turning on, it's not just crypto people anymore.
no,
Like the
no,
last
yeah,
bull run where we're all just like, oh man, this is gonna
that's
happen.
right. Yeah,
Whoa, this is gonna be great. But today,
yeah.
Dad, is starting to feel more like that tomorrow that you and I were talking about a year and a half ago. It
It's
was like,
it's
wow.
such a it's such a great point that you brought up the fundamentals. That's exactly what's happening. The fundamentals are working right now. The governments, the banking systems, the financial institutions are all in, guys. They're getting in and they've been in, and they're loading the gun here for this. What's going to be this beautiful time where what's going to happen? You and I are already in, okay? But what can happen with somebody who's got, I don't know, 50 extra dollars a month, okay? He can buy whatever that is at 5 cents. So what is that? 1,000 coins, right? A month. He can buy those coins and hang on to them. And that is the one thing that you and I have been talking about forever. I saw it 6 years ago when I first started, coming up on 7 probably now. It's 6 years ago. It's called mass adoption, the S curve, if you will. When you reach that point of 25, anywhere between 15 and 25% of the population owning it,
Mhm.
everybody who's driving a truck is talking about Cardano or XRP or Ethereum, and they're debating it. And every chat room, everybody's talking about crypto. When that time comes, you got to remember they have that in their back pocket. Unfortunately, I know that makes us feel sick because this was our idea. This was our program. We were the foreseers. We were the people that paved the way. This is our baby. But they're going to be able to pull that rabbit out of their hat and act like it was their idea all along. And they're going to send it to all their buddies in Wall Street, and they're going to spread it across the planet, and everybody will profit immediately because of mass adoption. And it's big, guys. I don't
Mhm.
I don't see a big economic crash because of the three things I just talked about. The Federal Reserve has 5 points to drop it. The AI is coming. The crypto is a big boom that they can drop anytime they just put their guard down and say, "Oh, we're all in." Like it was our plan all along. That will create a financial boom because what do you need to do to create boom? A bubble. What do you need to create the bubble? You need all the people to get in. You need all the people to get in. And when
Yeah.
that happens, you can't make enough of it. You just can't. Coins that are number 5,000 are going to be selling out. And that's what
Yeah.
will happen. Whenever they decide they want that to occur, that will occur. And it will be a boom the likes of something you've probably never even seen in your lifetime. And that's what we've talked about on this channel forever is this is generational wealth building. And it's going to be key to decide, do I sell 25% now? Do I sell 50% now? Do I hang on to 25% for life? Those are going
Yeah.
to be the times that you're going to want to be on this channel and many other channels that were there throughout the whole thing and who have a background of a trading knowledge and who have been through 2 and 3 booms and busts in this market already. And that's where shows like this one and many other great shows are going to really help you guys out if this is your first bull market in crypto.
Yeah. We're still learning the big picture, right?
Big
We're
time.
all gonna live and go through
Yeah,
the journey together, as my dad
that's
says
right.
to me all the time. So true.
It's gonna be fun.
And we're not, of course, it's never financial advice, especially from us too. Like we're just asking you to go out and understand it for the whole.
No,
Because
that's right.
don't take our word for it that it has sound fundamentals. You never know when something's going to go down or something's going to get hacked or something, and we're starting to see it with the institutions that aren't blockchain complete and
Right.
these exchanges, you there's been a lot of earned distrust in storing your crypto on exchanges. And so what we're just asking you to go and do and learn, and we're going to go and do it ourselves and have, is understand how wallets work. Understand these smart wallets so that when you obtain it, however you obtain it, you've got a place that is
Yeah,
secure to hold it and store it.
that's right.
That that and we've done videos comparing it to gold and to silver and to other things. Like when you do that, everybody, it becomes an asset. And we feel that just like a house, just like a car, just like things that you need, there are going to be financial assets that are going to help us in the future, especially if there are crashes, whether those crashes are man-made
Yeah,
or they're just a product of bad policy and bad habit by the people, or however it happens.
yeah,
We want you to be stable and secure and to have the knowledge for yourselves.
yep.
And we want to help you see the big picture through the whole journey. And then that's what's so fun about this channel and
It's gonna,
doing this
yeah,
with my dad and us just understanding it.
yeah.
And whatever gold nuggets we come across, I say it all the time in the comments, but we're going to just try to give them all to you, whatever we
That's
see
it.
coming.
Yeah,
And this is exciting. It's exciting to have the opportunity, Dad, to have an asset in our back pocket, no matter
oh
what
yeah,
happens. You
yeah,
know, we're, like I want to be robust and anti-fragile in the
yes,
future. I don't want to end up in I would say like I did in the last market. I invested very heavily in crypto, and when it went down, I was at that line of like, okay, well, have I invested too much? Have I saved enough for all the things that I need for
yeah.
survival? And so it all comes down to what each individual does with this. Um,
That's right.
learn what you can about the technology so that we can all get ahead of it.
That's it.
We got a shot to get ahead of this thing, you guys, and hopefully make sound money for this world. I mean,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
isn't that worth fighting for? Isn't that worth talking about?
I think
We
that'll
can
be the next. It won't be this next boom. That'll be the boom after. That'll be the bust after this next boom, in
Mhm,
my opinion. That's when
mhm.
sound money will just, we have to have something different. We got to get, crypto works, but we got to get something figured out here because there's just too many digits flying around out there.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
too complex.
Yeah.
You
That's
got to
right.
simplify it.
So, okay, Brent. So in closing, we're not predicting that there won't be a crash or a boom or a bust. We're not doing any of that at all. I'm just saying that there are possibilities and so many I, ways in which they could prevent it or ease it or slow it down. Or
Mhm.
I don't think it's going to be necessarily a crash anyway, but it could. I mean, the stock market's really high, but I honestly think they're just going to print their way out of it, even though it's going to create a bunch of inflation. And what we've talked about in the past, inflation does not hurt the wealthy. You have to understand it. It doesn't hurt governments. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
They claim to do that for us. Oh, we got to bring that inflation down. It's like, yeah, well,
it lends them the power to do what they want to do.
it does. Yeah. So, all right. I think that kind of covers our point here tonight. Brent, did you have any other messages for anybody before
Man,
we get out of here?
Just that I love the crew. This last Sunday was my favorite live stream that we've done. Everybody was so funny and interesting and brought so much to it. So thank you all. Going to keep studying, going to keep learning, going to keep looking at the big picture so that we can all have fun in this journey together.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I love the crew. We are probably going to do one. If I do one this coming Sunday, it'll be late because I'll be driving home. I'll be down the boat this weekend. So look for a couple of videos that I may do recorded from the boat. Nice. But hope you guys enjoyed that tonight. And we are out. Oh, yeah. You got to hit in.